Welcome to Nerds, Geeks, in the Kitchen Sink. It's the podcast that's like hanging out at the video store. I'm one of your hosts, DK.
I'm Chris, your other host. I'm sorry.
Wake up if you feel
I
like
was
it.
distracted. I'm only on my first cup of coffee. Thank
That's
you.
a problem. That is a problem. What, is that Marvel Zombies or just Marvel? What is that? Oh, just some nice art there
Yes.
with some American flag in the background. Awesome. Very cool. Welcome to the show. We got a lot to talk about today.
Yes.
First of all,
First of all, I'd like to do a PSA.
okay.
Do not text or talk on your phone while you're driving.
Why is that, Chris? Why are you telling people this?
Because the whole entire side of my fucking car is totaled because some asshat backed out of a parking spot while I was passing by in a parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Hit me so hard it put my passenger side mirror into my car. It flew the passenger window.
And that's your new car, right? That's fairly new.
Yes.
I
I've had it less than 2 years.
was gonna say.
Actually this month is 2 years, and he did it the couple days after our last show.
Yeah. Yikes. So yeah, PSA, don't be dumb.
Don't be stupid.
Yeah, you know I love you. Is that a Shania Twain? I don't know. Never mind. I shouldn't know those lyrics.
Okay.
What's been going on in the world of fun things?
In the fun things, been watching a few things. I know we're getting ready in town. We're getting ready for my daughter's senior year of homecoming. So we're on student council and all. So we have constantly a stream of kids at the house and planning, and my refrigerator empty, more than once a week.
Yep.
So, but anyway.
You watch anything? You read anything?
Well, other than what we're going to talk about today, I am back in and I think I mentioned it, that I'm back in my Lord of the Rings reading.
Yeah.
I usually do that, so.
Where you at?
I am on the beginning of Return of the King, so.
Oh, okay. You're flying.
Yeah.
You fools.
Yeah. I haven't had a lot to do with my car being broke up, so I've had plenty of time to read.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. I haven't read those in quite some time.
Yeah.
Maybe soon. Although the audiobooks are very tempting. Because those are pretty good.
The Andy Serkis one is really good.
I haven't heard that one yet. I have the old one.
He does really well on it.
That's cool.
Now, I'm going to have to get the Christopher Lee, the Silmarillion. Even though that's kind of a slower book.
That's like some like poetry. It's like weird.
But just to have Christopher Lee, read it, it'll make it that much better.
Yeah, no, I need that. For sure. I haven't been reading anything, I don't think. Though I did go to Barnes and Noble yesterday.
I know, I saw that.
Yep. If you're in the Discord.
I was in Springfield too, getting a new shower. So.
Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, if you're in the Discord, you would have known and seen this. That's the kind of amazing content you're missing if you're not in the Discord. Okay, me showing you covers of books that I'm seeing in stores. So join the Discord. There's a link in the description of the episode. Just click that link, come in and say hi.
Now I will ask, did you buy either one of those books?
No, we ended up, because I already have them.
In that cover?
Not in that form. They're cool, but I don't need them again.
Well,
I get it. You're okay. All right. Maybe I need them.
Hold on. I mean, between The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, I probably have 3 editions of each.
I get that. And the Bounty Hunters one is so tempting.
I know.
I should have picked it up. You're probably right. I should have. And there was this Movie Monsters book. It was normally 45 or 50. They had it on sale for 20. Didn't buy it. Should have bought it. I don't know what I was thinking. I bought Zora some stuff. She wanted some manga, so I was like, okay, I would rather her be reading. She needs to get good at reading.
Yes.
10-year-old. But the most fun we had was we went to Spirit Halloween, which is, become that yearly.
I saw your plethora of pictures.
Yes, again, Discord, baby, get in there.
Yep.
That was a lot of fun. I what it's just
You
it's
should have actually ran by Menards up there. I know we're talking like stores and
local
crazy stuff,
local stuff.
but they had like a 20-foot and a 30-foot yarn ornaments
Yeah.
animated.
Was it the big skeleton?
Oh, they had one that was like this, almost like where it looked like it was on fire, kind of skeleton demon looking thing
That's awesome.
that lurched. And then it was like a 20-foot Grim Reaper.
That's also awesome.
And then they didn't have it completely blown up because it would have touched the ceiling. And you know how big that place is?
It's a big building, yeah.
It was like a 35-foot tall, like, one of those blow up mummies.
Oh, I'm all too familiar with a blow up mummy.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. But that's cool.
Innuendo in there. Yeah.
Wow, that's fun. No, we had a great time. I did while we were there. Yeah. I was thinking of the show, and in the checkout line, they had this little tin of like different card games you could get, and one of them was horror movie trivia.
Oh, awesome.
So I thought maybe we could try to do that. I haven't opened it yet, so it'll be fair. But maybe I will figure that out for October. Yep. We like to do things like that on the show, so it might be fun.
Perfect.
What else? We didn't do anything else there, I don't think. But anyway, I'm not here to tell you about my trip.
Right.
I've been playing a game that was just added to PlayStation Network for free if you have PlayStation Plus. I think it's also on Game Pass. And I know it's available on Switch and PC otherwise. Called Sea of Stars. Have you seen it?
I have not seen it.
It is like an old school JRPG, but sort of slightly westernized and slightly modernized.
Okay.
And so there are things like the different types of traversal that maybe wouldn't have been possible in like old, retro versions.
Right.
It's probably most comparable to like a Chrono Trigger or like old school Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit of Golden Sun in there. Just these, like a isometric RPG where you go around and you do turn-based battles and your party levels up. Okay. And there's a story. Big emphasis on the story. And I don't know how big this team is, but it feels like a lot of care has gone into the story, which it's interestingly good. For what this is.
I get it.
They're basically using all the tropes. I mean, all of them.
Right.
But it turns out it's really fun. There are some fun twists on the turn-based combat, so it's not all just pick attack and then they attack.
Right.
Some moves are like that, but then sometimes when you pick certain sort of like magical abilities, like for example, one of the main characters, her ability is this. I think it's sort of supposed to be like moonlight or something like that.
Right.
And it's like moon energy, and it's almost like a frisbee or like something like a boomerang. So it goes
kind of
out.
Like Moon Knight's little thing.
Yes, it's exactly like that.
Okay.
And so she stands in one place and the enemy's over here, and it bounces back and forth. And you have to hit X at the right time, and it will affect the multiplier of how much damage it does.
Huh.
But you have to time it.
Right.
If you don't time it right, it'll just hit once and you feel terrible.
Yeah.
So, but there's other things like when an enemy is attacking you, if you hit X at the right time, it'll sort of shave off a little bit of that damage and you will have defended yourself a little bit. It's a neat idea, and it makes the battles a little bit more involved and not just, strategic pressing X on things,
Right.
But it's called Sea of Stars.
Okay.
It's only single player, and it is, again, it's like a very story-based adventure RPG set in a fantasy world. What I like about it is it's not necessarily like a lot of fantasy you see nowadays seems to be just like medieval fantasy, and that's all you really get. This is something a little bit different. Like this feels a little bit more like classic fantasy. Like, some of the Tolkien stuff is a little bit medieval fantasy, but a lot of it isn't. And it's just full on fantasy worlds. And I like that about this. And so they've made up all these different factions and people, and it's cool. It's fun. And there's also a cooking system. So as you're wandering around this world, you're collecting ingredients to make things, and also from battles. If you kill creatures, you get their meat. And there's a little bit like when you find a campfire, you can rest there. It'll restore your HP and your MP and whatever. But also, while you're there, you can cook. You can put together these recipes, and you only have so much room in your lunch bag or your meal, whatever you want to call it, your snack sack. Yeah. What is it? I don't know what it's called. The food bag, your feed bag, and so you have to like kind of figure out, okay, what am I going to need the most here? Am I going to need more HP stuff or MP stuff or something in between? For free on PlayStation Plus, this game has been great.
Yeah, no
I
doubt.
think I'm probably 6 or 7 hours in. And it just keeps introducing new stuff. The environments are great. The music is good. I love the pixel art style. I want to work on a game like this. Developers, call me, please. DM me. I'm serious. I love this game. So yeah, I really recommend, if you're in the mood for a JRPG style game, like your old school Final Fantasies, stuff like that. If you don't have patience for them, this will really test you.
Yeah.
Even in the beginning, it's pretty wordy. One neat thing it does is for character introductions and like certain key moments, it goes out of in engine and goes to like fully animated like anime scenes.
Really?
It's cool. Yeah. It's cool. I mean, it's clearly they don't have the budget to do a lot of them, but when you get one, it's cool, and like you get an idea of like what they really intended this character to look like.
Right.
Which I think is pretty cool. That's you can do those kinds of things on modern hardware. You couldn't do them before.
No.
So one more thing. There's one more little wrinkle to the battle system, at least where I am in the game.
Okay.
Where if you choose to do your basic physical attack,
right,
you'll do damage like normal, but also it will cause enemies to drop, or it will cause something to form that's like basically free magic you can use.
Okay.
And you can let it build up on the ground. It's like scattered energy all over the ground.
Okay.
And you hold R2, and when you want to apply it, you can choose what move to apply it to for an extra bonus. So like you can do way more damage, or you can do more healing, or you can whatever it is. You can improve the effectiveness of the thing you're doing by stacking regular attacks and then applying them. It's pretty cool.
So it's kind of like using mana. Almost collecting it and just building it up.
A little bit, but it's separate from your mana pool.
Right.
So it's just a neat little wrinkle.
Yeah, that's
in the
concept.
In the RPG battling system that I hadn't seen exactly done that way before.
Right.
And it's fun to try to strategize and figure out, okay, we can use. And there's other elements to it that are neat that I haven't mentioned, but those are the ones that really got me excited. So anyway, Sea of Stars, I talked about it long enough. If you're into those kinds of games, it's very portable. If you have a Switch or a Steam Deck, I would recommend it for that for sure. But I'm loving it just on the PS5, on the couch, big screen. It's beautiful. Cool. And it's very, I guess the word would be old school, retro. It definitely gives me a little bit of the nostalgia factor. So that gives it some points.
Well, speaking of old school retro, they're remastering Gargoyles.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
Castlevania-esque side scroller. Looks really good.
Yeah, the new version looks beautiful.
Yeah.
So. I mean, the old one looked great, back in the day. But
I was going to say for the time, yeah.
But if you love looking at that Gargoyles art like I do, this new version is going to be glorious. So, and right around the corner, we have the Metal Gear Solid collection, which I cannot wait for. I will be talking about it a ton on here, I'm sure. Boy, I can't wait. I know I've urged Bones from 5 Day Rentals to try it. I don't think he ever has played it, or maybe played it briefly as a kid and didn't like it.
Right.
Bones, buddy. I don't care what we have to do. If you want to do like a video special where we both talk about it while you play it, Bones. Okay. Something. Anything, Bones.
We'll play by play with him playing it.
Whatever it takes, Bones. Stream it to me so I can see you fail. And then I'll guide you. Cardboard boxes. Okay. All right. So that's Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I know, and I hate bringing it up that I didn't even remember because I can't find it where I saved it at, but there's a new game coming out. It kind of reminds me of if you would combine Dark Souls and Dante's Inferno.
The Lies of P?
No, it's another name.
The Pinocchio game?
Yeah, no,
The Pinocchio Souls like?
Yeah.
It's weird.
No, it's
very weird.
A lot of the art is based on this like gothic painting style.
I know the game,
of a
yeah.
Polish artist. And
I know the game you're talking about, but I cannot remember the name.
I know I can't. Oh God, it's killing me though. But apparently, it's gonna finally be released next year.
Okay. So, if someone knows the name, please let us know.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
And right now, I can't. I kick myself for not having wrote it down for myself. But you were talking about getting manga and stuff for Zora.
Yep.
Well, I watched One Piece.
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
I'm not a huge. I'm old school. Vampire Hunter D, Fist of the North Star, Macross, Akira. Yeah. That's my wheelhouse. A lot of the new stuff,
Robotech.
It's just not my. Robotech, Macross.
Anyway. Yeah, I'm just sorry. My brain's doing what it's gonna do, man. But yes, no, I agree though.
G-Force.
Yes, I agree with you, and I'm in the same boat. If I'm gonna do any kind of anime, generally it's something from the past.
Yeah.
New anime is sort of not.
Just not my thing.
No, it hasn't been for a long time. Yeah.
No
offense. Sorry, anime people.
I've watched the occasional Dragon Ball, but I mean,
that was about the last one I watched. That was new. Yeah.
But One Piece apparently is not new.
Oh, it's been going on forever.
It has I think 1,300 episodes, something like that.
I might be wrong, but it might be. I think it's the longest running manga ever. I could be wrong about that. I don't really know, but it's huge. We know that it's very vast.
Right. But anyway, I've watched the live action ones. I've watched the, what was it? The Full Metal Alchemist and
they did a live action of that.
Notes. There's a Japanese one of it. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
The one or the Death Notes one,
which was Willem Dafoe.
Yeah. This is actually really good. I really actually kind of liked it.
Surprising.
See, there's not much change in characters. I mean, the people they cast are almost spot on. Even ones they did a little bit of changing on are fairly good. It sticks strictly. I mean, there's some shots that literally are taken, and I've seen people make the screenshots of from the manga, from the anime, and then the live action, and they're almost identical to the certain iconic shots in those.
Sure, a stretchy pirate man.
Yeah, and I honestly went in with no expectation whatsoever.
Is it something? Is it? What would you say rating wise? Could Zora watch it?
Yeah, Zora can watch it. It's not. I mean, she's seen a little bit of violence, so it's not like it's.
Oh, we watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space last night.
Oh yeah, she'll have.
After we saw all the Killer Clowns in the Spirit Halloween, and I was like, we haven't watched it. We need to see that movie. She's like, whatever. Yeah. And so, this morning, she came to the door and she knocked on our bedroom door, and she's like, pizza. Anyway, we loved it.
But yeah, I honestly, even for normies like me, I would highly recommend it. It's fun. There's nothing in it that anybody should really be. I've heard a few people that are like the diehard anime or manga, oh, this wasn't this wasn't that.
Sure. Listen to their podcast for the real story, okay? But we liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, you should check it out. It's the special effects they've used were actually not overdone, even with Luffy's stretchy ability.
If I can watch it with Zora, there's a way better chance that I'll actually see it.
Yeah, so. You'll be able to watch it with Zora, no problem.
Yeah, because she likes anime right now. She loves Demon Slayer.
There's a guy named Zoro.
Zoro.
Yeah.
Cool.
He has 3 swords. Yeah. He's one of Luffy's buddies, sort of.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually it's a pretty good story. It's fun. they do a lot of practical effects.
Good.
You know, and listening to, there's one guy that he is a chef, but he's also a martial artist, and so he doesn't mess up his hands. He only uses his feet.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds ridiculous.
That's fun. No, I like it. That's an anime thing. I get
but
it.
If you, yeah, it's an anime thing. So, but if you watch it, you can tell this guy like worked out like severely hard.
Severely.
I mean, severely hard to do martial arts with a lot of the times having his hands in his pockets.
Yeah, that's fun.
You know, so.
Is there a guy? Doesn't Jackie Chan fight a guy like that in one movie?
It could have been
where he doesn't take it. He only kicks and he keeps his hand.
Wasn't
I don't know.
Drunken Master?
I was thinking Drunken Master. Yeah. Legend of Drunken Master. Right. Yes. Maybe it is that one. Anyway, when's there going to be like another Jackie Chan? I need it.
I haven't seen one yet.
No. So, I miss those. I mean,
Jackie
we're getting.
Chan is still doing my old Jackie Chan, but
yeah. I mean, look, he's doing the best he can do.
At his age, you can only get the shit beat out of you so many times.
That's true. Yes.
Not have a little slower step.
I just saw a GIF of him falling down the side of that building.
Oh.
It's terrifying.
Yes.
Is it Who Am I? Which one is that? He's at the top of, it looks like a skyscraper. Yeah, and he's sliding down.
Right.
What movie is it? I know I've seen the movie, but I don't remember which one that is. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying. Whew. Jackie Chan. Amazing. Anyway. Have you seen any movies? Anything else?
I won't talk about it much because I wasn't just a huge fan of it. I like the kid, that's the actor, but Blue Beetle.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
It was like, Power Rangers with one Power Ranger.
Yeah. This is what I expected. Too bad, but
I like the kid because he's great in Cobra Kai, which actually that last season starts soon. And on Discord, I shared the.
Yeah, you said it looked like Phantasm.
Yeah. So.
I've been watching Phantasm every day for like a whole month.
I know.
I'm like not kidding. I've had them on.
I know you've
while working.
Reevaluated your list of.
Yes. Oh, let me give you that list in case people missed that list. Here it is.
Okay.
This is the definitive rankings for right now.
Right.
Number one with a bullet, Phantasm 1. Number 2, Phantasm 4, Oblivion. Nope, that's Phantasm 3. Phantasm 4 is Lord of the Dead. And then number 3, Phantasm 2. Number 4, Phantasm 3, Oblivion. And number 5, Phantasm 5, Ravager. So if anyone has any questions, you can send me a message.
Yeah. I think I pretty much agree with your assessment.
It took me a long time for Phantasm 4 to click. I liked it before, but I was just like, this is kind of slow, isn't it?
Yeah.
But what I like about it is it's a return to the weird. It's a return to the slow. It's a return to the almost mystical in some ways that the first one has. Just the strangeness. Almost, it's like, is it sci-fi? Is it mystical? What is it? It's just strange nightmare logic.
Right.
That maybe 2 and 3, they go more for laughs and for gore. And I like those movies. I do.
Right.
Reggie with the quad barrel shotgun is all I ever wanted to see. But I think I like when Phantasm is at its weirdest. So 1, 4, 2, 3, 5. Okay. There it is. We have a comic to talk about.
Yes.
Let's get into that.
All right.
I'm going to pull it up here on my phone. So, and you'll have to give. This is already out, or this is coming out?
This is already out.
Okay, this is out now. You can get it. We need to find out. There'll be a link. Well, I'll find where you can actually get it.
Yeah.
And it's called Zombie Game.
Yes.
We talked about it briefly last episode. We wanted to go just a little bit more in depth on it.
Right.
We heard from the creators of the comic, and they wanted us to talk about it. And we said, well, hell yeah, we want to talk about it.
Exactly.
We don't need you to tell us what to do. We're doing it. So that's what your cover looks like there. If you can see that, the zombie game. And you know, when we were talking about it beforehand, you said something that kind of made it click a little bit for me, because story wise, I'm just going to say that I didn't find there to be much of a story, and I'm not going to harp on that. It is what it is.
Right.
I don't think there is much of a story. It is more like, as you said, it's like a Left 4 Dead campaign that you get to watch, with incredible art.
Yes.
And that's not me just trying to find something good to say. Yeah. The art is really, really good.
It really is incredible.
It's like, honestly, I look at some of these panels and I go, like, how the hell did they do this?
Yeah.
It's some of the art it's wild.
Yeah.
And it's particularly once you get into the zombie game part of it. It's like a nightmarish gore tapestry. Like, I don't know what you want to call it, but it is like,
right.
There's, on some things, not a lot of detail, but it's so lush and vivid with the colors, and it doesn't seem sloppy like it all. I don't know. How do you explain it? You're the art guy.
I almost explain it like looking it through almost like a dream lens.
Yeah, it's very dreamlike.
A kind of nightmare lens where
good call.
is quite sharp.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so much going on, and you can almost feel the pictures.
That's a great way to describe
the artist Pablo, it just blows me away with some of the concepts. Now, I would say story-wise, I think there's way more to the story, especially with the ending of the comic.
Yeah, and honestly, that left me a little confused. I don't know about you.
Yeah, so I mean, it pretty much left it as a cliffhanger to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that there's way more going on, and I think a story. This was almost. It seemed like this. Like, you know, this is the first novel. It seemed like in like a series.
Yeah.
This really almost seemed like which would have been, instead of a larger graphic novel, like the initial issue.
Right, I agree with that.
You know, so
it's just an extended issue.
Yeah, you're not going to get a ton of major story in some of it. So
it's a quick read because there's not a lot of dialogue.
Yeah, and maybe that's part of it, setting all this up for later. Because it seems like there's a lot more that goes way in depth that we absolutely don't know.
Well, there's a ton of things we don't know.
Yeah.
There's no explanation as to the nature of what's happening.
Right.
I don't want to give things away too much, but the title of the thing is Zombie Game.
Yeah.
So I think it's fair to guess that maybe the whole thing's a video game. Maybe at the beginning you see that strange man, and maybe I'm dumb and I missed something, but at the beginning you see where it says like level 1 and it says loading, and then its reality seems to sort of digitize. Go
back and forth. Yeah, it kind of goes back and forth.
So I don't know. I don't know if this whole thing's meant to be a video game, or if they want you to think that when you're drawn into this sort of Running Man style situation, but you don't know that it is.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Is it more of like a Running Man meets the Truman Show kind of?
Or is it something where they think it's all just like a haunted house?
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of, and again, I bet I've missed something obvious. Right. So I don't know for sure, but upon my first read, and I actually flipped back through it again, it wasn't immediately clear as to what exactly was going on. So I couldn't give it.
And that's why I think that, this is like, would be, although I wouldn't want to miss any of the art of any of the pages that were on there.
Yeah.
This would be, the story-wise, a little shorter as just kind of a setup. Mm-hmm. And then honestly, the next should be way more in depth of what's going on around them.
A bit more behind the scenes exposition would be good.
I mean, really, if this is like a Running Man kind of
Yeah,
scenario.
who's running it? What's
More
going
behind
on?
the scenes of
Yeah, and it does
So
leave you with some interesting questions.
right.
And again, I don't want to harp on the story angle of it all the whole time because there's
Yeah.
plenty in there. I'll tell you who it's for. It's for people who appreciate good comic art.
Yep.
It's for people who like zombies.
Yep.
It's for people who like action.
Yes.
And maybe that's the concept. It's just all action.
Right.
Because it pretty much is.
And hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
no,
not everything has to be, Citizen Kane.
no,
So,
no, no.
but
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean, the art outstanding.
I
And
can't
like I
say enough
said,
good things about the
and
art.
like I
Is
said, I
truly.
just think personally, I think the story needs to be fleshed out a little more.
And you know
I think
what?
it would,
There's
and that could
always
be in future.
there's always
Future
issue
issues.
2.
Yep.
Or book 2 or whatever,
Right.
however you
Right.
want to call it. I would certainly check out book 2.
Right. Right.
But yeah, it has the feel of a bit of a Romero meets Running Man in some
Yeah.
ways. Did you catch there were a couple zombies that I thought there's no way that's not supposed to be, like, I think one of them was George Romero. Did you
Yeah.
see that?
Yes, I did see that. That's
It was
about. Is it about halfway through? I think.
pretty, yeah, somewhere in there. I saw one that looked like Freddy Krueger. A little later in the book, I saw a couple in there that looked like maybe
Well, and
they
that
were
honestly
inspired
kind
by
of
that.
leads
That's
to that
fun.
whole. That is fun. Those little nods are, you know,
Yep.
us, especially the horror fans, we enjoy. I
Yep.
mean, when Call of Duty had zombies and had George in there,
That's fun.
you know,
He's
so
unkillable.
he was.
If someone could explain, if I got more explanation, I think on the story aspects of this,
Yeah.
I think I would appreciate it even more. So, but again, I really want to just say the art's great. If you or someone in your house is really into zombies, this is the book for them.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
But
I do give it that. It's
yeah,
a thumbs up.
yeah, yeah. It's definitely a check out.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. It's like I said, if not just for the art, you know, like I said, I'm probably a little more lenient than you are with story wise because I kind of got the idea like this was more of a the way it was done, more of a shorter first issue.
Hmm.
But it was just spread out a little bit more.
Yeah, they let the
Um,
action happen.
yeah, which I'm absolutely fine with. And movie wise, just to be a shoot 'em up zombie movie, the
Yeah,
concept would be,
it would be perfect. It's there.
would be perfect.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I would
absolutely.
definitely give it a check it out. So,
Yeah,
but I love the art, love the art. A lot of it reminded me of a lot of the late '80s cover art of New Mutants. I know I said that kind of before, but
you did, but I do agree with you.
kind of a little bit of that Sandman meets, some of that. Like I said, it all appears kind of almost in a nightmare kind of dream
I think when you
style
said
vision.
nightmare filter,
Yeah,
that sort of did it.
yeah,
That sort of hit the nail on the head there.
yeah.
I'm trying to find if there's an easy way I can tell you where to get it.
Okay.
Looks like you can get it from Big Cartel has it. That's also, I think, where Umar had his Lad comic. I'll drop the link in the description.
Yep.
But looks like you can get. There's different ways you can get it. Digital. There's paperback. Paperback's only $25.
Okay.
And then I guess there is a short story with it. I'm not sure what that's about, but
okay.
But yeah, you can go there, and the link will be in the description if you're interested.
Right.
Yeah, and so great work, everyone there. We liked it.
Yep.
You got anything else
Definitely.
before we go on to the main?
Oh, the only other thing is, I mean, you know me in comics. I'm a huge Claremont fan.
Yeah.
He is coming back for a continuation, and I can't remember I had it, but Welcome to Madripoor. One
Yeah.
of the issues, which is Captain America, Black Widow, and Wolverine
What a
from the
combo.
Uncanny X-Men.
Yeah.
I have the first
You have the
one.
OG.
I have the OG.
What
So
year is that from?
90, like 93,
Oh, the
94.
sweet spot. You
Yeah,
got it.
yeah. So it was right around there, 93, 94, I think.
Yeah, that
But
rules.
yeah, it's let's see, when was the Siege Perilous with the Outback X-Men?
When? I don't know when
Yeah, I
exactly.
was saying because that's about the time that issue came out.
Okay.
But I mean, it's awesome art, awesome story, and he's
Yeah,
going back to revisit a continuation to have them together
that's
again. So
really cool.
I
That
know,
is
I
really
can't wait.
cool. The
I
fact
can't
that
wait.
they're allowed to do that is what makes comics amazing.
Well, and the fact that honestly, they're trying to get back the OG guys because they've had so many issues, as in problems, not copies.
And I'm happy to see those OG
When
guys for sure.
Claremont decided that he was going to come back after all the kind of
Sure.
things that he had go on with Marvel
It's
previous,
changed. It's
yeah.
changed a lot since then. So
So
yeah, cool. Let us know how that is.
that'll be honestly that'll be one of the first mainstream comic issues that I've physically bought in a while because I'm gonna get that in physical form. So
Oh, that reminds me, I pre-ordered the Sergeant Rock graphic novel version. What do
really,
you? Yeah, the trade.
yeah,
Uh, so that I'll get at the beginning of next month, I think.
awesome.
Do you know about this current run that they're doing,
I don't know
Sergeant
about the
Rock?
current run. No, I haven't.
It's written by Bruce Campbell.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
It's the first 6 issues. It's available
okay,
now if you want the singles, but
right.
yeah. So, but that should be coming beginning of next month. Written by Bruce Campbell, and it's Sergeant Rock going up against Nazi zombies.
Of course.
What do you want? What more do you want? Come on.
I,
uh,
talking comics, I shared that I found some of those Marvel Masterpiece
you know,
cards,
my
and
jealousy was very intense that day. Those are my favorite. I mean, those are my favorite. That
yeah,
era, that era
yes,
of cards,
94,
Marvel cards,
yeah,
anything from like 90 to 96 or so.
the
Those
Thanos
are the
cross shot,
so good. So good.
and
Go
then
again, get in that Discord and take a look at
yes,
that Thanos crotch shot.
and then the Colossus glamour shots pose.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
I noticed in Marvel Snap, I don't know if anyone's playing that. I'm still playing it almost every
Yeah.
day. They added a couple new variants that are very close. You remember those like summer beach party variants that they
Oh yeah,
did?
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
forget what they're called, but there's like Iceman with a hot dog and like
It was the swimsuit editions, the
yeah,
X-Men
what are they
swimsuit
called?
edition.
Summer fun. I don't remember,
Yeah.
but they're all on the beach. Jean Grey's like putting suntan
I
lotion
used to
on
have the
Professor
magazine.
X's bald
I used to
head.
have, yeah, it was like X-Men Illustrated. It was like the summer edition.
Every
And it
one of
was
them
like
is
swimsuit issues.
the horniest card you've ever seen. Like all of them.
Yeah.
Crazy. The Iceman one, it was ridiculous. Anyway, there are some new variants in the store that are obviously reminiscent.
Yeah.
If they could license some of those old cards for Marvel Snap, they might actually get some money from me.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so exciting.
Anyway, but what I was gonna finish saying, the DC Marvel ones that I had, you reminded me telling me about the Sergeant Rock thing with the
Yeah.
Nazi zombies. I had the I can't remember the name of it, but it was the combination of Red Skull and Metallo.
Oh, that's got to be cool. I don't know if I've
So
seen it. I don't
it was
remember.
yeah, if you look on the picture, it was like I think it may have cut it out, but it was like on the top. It's this giant like ironmonger with a red skull in a glass thing with a big old Nazi
Oh my god.
thing on it. I'll have to put it in by itself
I'm
to show you.
googling to see if I can find that card. Um, no, that's just Red Skull. I don't see that card in Google, so you may have to provide me with the
I'll
photo.
put that on the Discord that way.
That's
You
cool.
know, because it has a Nazi swastika on it. Then
Yeah.
YouTube may freak out if I show that on.
Well, this card, I'm looking at one of the cards from, I have this set, and yeah, like it's Red Skull, probably I would guess like right around 1990 or so, and it's a full on swastika, big flag. Weird. It is weird to see that. I mean, I don't want there to be any confusion. I don't want to see that.
No,
but it definitely.
But we also can't. We got to stop.
We don't have to. Yeah,
erasing history.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't want to make him.
Was bad.
I don't want to make him look too badass now.
Right.
But yeah, I want to see that card.
Yes, I'll put it on our Discord. So
I think we should talk about Ahsoka.
Let's talk about Ahsoka.
All right. We're going to be talking episodes 3 and 4 today.
Spoilers.
Full spoilers starting now.
Yep.
Right out of the gate.
Technically, it's 4 and 5, wouldn't it be?
No, 3 and 4.
Because 1 and 2 were on the first day.
Yeah, and it's been 2 weeks since then.
Oh, that's right.
Calm down.
Well, yeah, because it would have been episode 1 and 2, then episode 3,
and then episode 4.
We're on 4 and 5.
No, we're talking
about the same day.
Yeah, we're talking about 3 and 4 today.
Okay.
The first episode we talked about 1 and 2.
Okay.
Then it's been 2 weeks.
I thought
2 episodes.
We talked 1, 2, and 3.
No, we didn't.
Okay, because 5 came out this week.
No, 4 did. I'm looking at the Wikipedia right now.
I don't trust Wikipedia.
Okay.
I trust Disney Plus when I'm looking at it.
No, there's only 4 episodes currently.
Hold on.
All right, we'll all wait for you to be wrong, bud.
Okay. I'm wrong. It threw me off, all right?
Listen, it's fine. No one cares.
I was in a car crash recently. Give me a break.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I want to right out of the gate discuss the sudden mystery of who is, what was his name? Merrick. Who is Merrick? And is it this person? Is it that person? We talked about it on the last episode even.
Yeah.
Funny how that was immediately dispelled.
Literally up in a puff of smoke.
Yes.
All fan theories up in a puff of smoke.
Yeah. So let's just get started. First of all, how did you feel about 3 and 4?
I think 4 was the best episode so far.
It was good.
Well, the second half was good.
Okay.
I mean, it's very bland. It really is. I mean, I don't
know if bland is the right word for me. It definitely takes its time on some of this stuff.
The lightsaber battles haven't been very dynamic until this last one. With Ahsoka and
Balin. Yeah. That was a good one.
Which, rest in peace, Ray Stevenson.
Yeah.
My God, he carries this show. I'm sorry. He steals every scene that his big ass mug is in.
He's massive.
I mean, yeah. And if you've seen like behind the scenes of him and the girl that plays his apprentice,
yeah,
it literally looks like Val Kilmer and what was it, Willow?
Next to yeah,
Davis. Yeah,
he's huge, and yeah, she's not huge.
No,
he's just a massive man. He's so broad.
Yeah,
and his hair is perfect.
And I wish nothing would have happened to him.
Yeah,
that character itself, I would want him fleshed out. All his backstory, what happened to him, and it
makes you wonder how the show ends. Like, does he make it through the show?
Yeah.
What was he supposed to be? Because there's apparently going to be a movie, right? So was he going to be in the movie?
It's gonna be, there's a culmination movie that's supposed to happen.
Yeah. So that's a real bummer.
Yeah.
But okay, let me just go through this.
Okay.
Episode 3, Time to Fly. Ren restarts her training under Ahsoka and Hu Yang's guidance as she struggles with her inability to use the Force. Syndulla meets with Mon Mothma, the Chancellor of the New Republic, and a group of influential senators in order to gain permission to send Republic forces to Cetos. Cetos, I think.
Yeah, I think.
I like the training, struggling thing. That's fine. It's a typical Star Wars storyline. We've seen it before.
It was a complete copy of A New Hope.
Oh yeah. Well, with the blast shield down, I can't see a thing.
Right.
Trust your feelings, Luke. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Despite Mothma's support, the senators refuse to believe that Thrawn and Bridger are alive and deny Syndulla's request. Having been informed by this, Syndulla, Ahsoka, Ren, and Huyang travel to Cetos, where they discover the Eye of Sion, but are intercepted by a squadron of fighters led by Hati and Marek, as Elsbeth uses cannons on the Eye of Sion to fire on them. The space stuff, the space fight's good. It's good. I liked that stuff.
Rosario Dawson had a better out in space fight in Pluto Nash.
I've never seen Pluto Nash.
It was bad.
Sounds like it was pretty badass if it was better than that.
It was Eddie Murphy and her.
I know the movie. Yes. But I've never seen it.
Shoot the damn ship.
This is where
you're trying to shoot Ahsoka.
So this is where she's
shoot the damn ship.
She's extravehicular, right? I like that part. I liked it a lot, and I liked her little spacesuit. The
vehicle was dead in the water. Okay, also, how the hell did she put that spacesuit on so fast? That was just so happened to be form-fitted for her tentacles and everything else.
Iron Man has those nanobots. Maybe it's like that.
Not when it looked like a cloth, suit from 2001.
Listen, this is all alien technology. You should know by now not to question these things.
I question everything.
Come on. I liked when she was out on the ship. I thought that was cool.
I was not a fan.
Okay.
Just because, you've seen, if you say, oh, it was magnetic boots. Okay, well, we've seen it in Solo. It took a lot more effort to walk around in the magnetic boots.
Yeah, but she's got the Force. She's using the Force. It's easy. Boom. The Force solves that one.
Yeah.
It does. It does. If you didn't like it, that's okay. But I thought it was cool.
I thought it looked stupid.
I thought it looked cool as hell.
No.
Rosario Dawson on a spaceship jumping around. Yeah. Sign me up.
Yeah.
2 thumbs up.
Like I said.
All right, whatever. Just as we hang.
Let me have robot version of Uncle Eddie and Eddie Murphy in spacesuits jumping around and shooting more than I would this.
Okay. You can watch that and I'll watch this.
Oh no, I won't watch it because it's a horrible movie.
All right. Just as Huyang finishes scanning the Eye of Sion, not the Eye of Sauron. They're different.
Now, one thing. Do you know who the actress is?
For Elspeth?
For Huyang.
Huyang's a dude.
Oh no, not.
He's a dude robot.
Elspeth.
Yeah. She was from Mando.
Right, but do you know who the actress is?
Not off the top of my head.
That's Bruce Lee's goddaughter.
Oh, you know what? We knew that. You told me that before. You told me that when we talked about Mando. Yeah.
In Santo.
Yeah.
Her middle name is Lee because of Bruce Lee.
That's really cool. I like her. She's good in this.
My only thing is she doesn't really look like a Night Sister.
That's what I think we talked about that before. Yeah. I was questioning if even is she one. Maybe she's not a full Night Sister. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
I wish
she has that one tattoo.
Yeah, the one on her, where it's in her hairline.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they would have at least done a little more practical makeup on her to,
Well, and I wonder, was that always the intention for her? Did they say that at the beginning? I don't know if they said that in Mando.
She didn't say it until no, I don't even think she said it in Mando.
That's what I mean. So it's if that wasn't always the intention, I get why. whatever.
But she would still look like one of the Night Sisters, at least.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Even
That
if
she didn't.
grew hair and
She
and
didn't
all
at the
that
beginning.
stuff.
She didn't from the beginning. So that's why I was like, was that always the intention? I don't know.
Yeah, it may have just been Dave changing the story.
Yeah, exactly. Just as Hu Yang finished scanning the Eye of Sauron, the Eye of Sion, Ahsoka's shuttle takes a direct hit, forcing the group to make an emergency landing on the planet, passing through a pod of Purgle, as is in the skies along the way, to evade the remaining enemy fighters. After taking refuge in a forest, Hu Yang gives a full analysis of the Eye of Sion, which he classifies as a hyper jump ring. However, Hati soon becomes aware of their attempt to hide, prompting Skull to dispatch his forces into the woods to hunt them down. There's not a whole lot more to say. They land and wait.
Yeah.
This reminded me of a lot of this is still reminding me of certain later books in the Dune franchise. Hiding on a planet. They do that in Dune. It's in one of the later Dunes when they're trying to reawaken the Gola of Duncan, Idaho. I don't know if you know anything about this stuff.
I do know some of it, yeah.
But basically, it's Duncan and his master, who's Miles Teg,
right.
And then one of the Bene Gesserit witches trapped in this hiding place while people are combing the surface of the planet trying to find them.
Right.
It reminds me of that quite a bit when they're just trapped in this one area. But then also, again, like I said last time, going to other actual galaxies, that happens in later Dune where they jump to unknown regions
yeah.
And the whole galaxy is different. It's interesting that there's so much similarity there. But no, that's essentially episode 3.
Yeah.
It was a little short. I could have used a little bit more. But whatever. Part 4, Fallen Jedi.
Yes.
Makes me groan a little bit because she actually just literally falls, not like did she die?
Yeah.
Oh, she fell. Okay. Ahsoka thinks about the implications of reaching Thrawn and Bridger, giving Ren pause since she remains determined to find her friend. Moments later, they are attacked by several of Skull's forces, but are able to quickly dispatch them. Fearing that Elsbeth and Skull will acquire the coordinates to Thrawn's location, Ahsoka and Ren head to their base, but are intercepted by Hati and Merrick. Let me back up.
Okay.
I like those henchman robots. I think they look pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're somewhere along the lines of like a K2SO meets a Grievous guard bot. They're like a weird in between there.
Well, they were in Mando, right? Just just shade different.
I don't know if they're the same ones, but they're like that. They're for sure. You might be right. I don't know for sure, but I like. Let me just say this in general: the robot design, the droid design, for these Star Wars shows has been good.
Yeah,
I like that. There haven't been really any that made me go, "Oh, what?" You know, they don't. That doesn't feel like Star Wars. Right. And I like that they have Hu Yang, and then if you played the Star Wars Jedi sequel, there is another droid he's from the High Republic times. Well, she is.
Yeah.
But Hu Yang is also like an old school Jedi droid, and they seem to share. It's almost like, you know, you see a car, and then you see that same model of car from 20 years later. You can see how it evolved, right. And they keep that up with these droids. I like that.
Yeah,
I think that's really cool.
Like, you know, think of it in cars like a Dodge Challenger. You know, the 70s ones to the modern ones. You see it's just a little more sleek and rounded edges.
You see the DNA.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I like that they stick with that. So that is a thumbs up I can give for sure. Let's see. Ahsoka kills Merrick and continues on alone, while Ren stays behind to hold off Hati, who realizes that Ren cannot wield the Force. I thought that was pretty good. She's like, hold up, you don't even have the Force? But then she's like, well, I'm a Mandalorian. And she just shoots at her.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I like that. I thought that was fun. Ahsoka reaches Skull, and the two
But
engage in
sadly,
a
she
duel.
wasn't even a good enough one of those either.
Yeah, she's not great at
I mean,
either.
she's not great at anything.
No. She'll get there. Ahsoka is able to retrieve the map. Oh, first of all, this duel is great.
Yeah.
It feels like it does feel maybe not as weighted or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't have the historical. It does have a little bit though of when Obi-Wan meets Darth Vader on the Death Star after all those years. They come back. It doesn't quite reach that height for sure, but he does have the baggage of having known Anakin.
Right.
He brings that up, I think, as a tactic to throw her off and get her thinking about things and break her concentration.
Right.
But I also, this is where his like nobleman thing comes out.
Right.
It seems like he's honest, and he maybe knows that he's maybe not quite doing
on the right side,
the morally correct thing,
right?
But he has his own code that he follows to the end.
He's
and I like that.
If you would kind of in comparison, a Ronin, in the Japanese,
sure.
He's not. He used to be a samurai that was, for one reason or another, separated from his normal cause, and now he's basically a freelancer, and still holds kind of those personal, like, moral stair steps.
That's exactly what it is. Yep. So, yeah, he's a bit of a knight. I think in one of the early interviews, Ray Stevenson called him kind of Arthurian.
Yeah.
And apparently there are a lot of Arthurian connections throughout the show. Right. I haven't done a lot of digging in that, but I think the character Marok, the name, is something related. There are some things that are related.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think it's a great duel.
Yeah.
It's very fun to watch. And I think it's up there with some of the better ones in recent Star Wars.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I like where they are.
The most, like, in comparison to, like, their ability, most, like, realistic when it comes
probably
to, like,
right.
size and
size matters not.
Yeah, right. You saw what happened.
Hey, it was a cool fight.
Yeah, it was. No, I'm saying it, it really played like what would actually happen with someone who's, skilled, but so much more physically empowered compared to someone that's highly skilled, but not as physically strong.
I liked the whole, and I talked about this last time, the whole location, that henge thing.
Yeah.
It just looks great. It's a great place for a duel. The map kind of all around them, and they totally steal the Death Star will be in range in 10 minutes. They steal that graphic of the Death Star coming around the planet. Yavin, I think it is.
Yeah.
But they just have it. It's slightly different, and it's these things lighting up around this wheel
until it's completely downloaded or whatever.
So there's a couple moments already that I've noticed them like the blast shield on the thing, all kinds of stuff that they've kind of just recycled from the OG, which that does not bother me. That it really doesn't bother me at all.
I mean, as long as it's not just thrown in there, I'm fine with. As long as it has some.
There's a real reason. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if it's a a nod to, that's fine. If it's just thrown in there for quote unquote memories,
I don't think it's that at all.
No, and that's why I said I don't think it is.
There was one in either the first or second episode where Hadi walks up and summons a droid, like a scanner droid or a spy drone of some kind, and it mirrors almost exactly, even down to the sound effect, the drone that Darth Maul summons on Tatooine when he's trying to find. It's almost identical, the shot and everything. But you're not going to notice that stuff unless you have a Star Wars problem like we do.
Right. Now, I am going to call this. I almost am going to guarantee that they're going to find the directions to Thrawn and Ezra by the burn spot on her hand.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense, because why else would she? Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah, that thought occurred to me too.
And
Um,
that's almost going to be that nod to Indiana Jones.
yep, you're right. Totally right.
So
Uh, that's a good call.
just call it a shot.
Yeah, I think
Maybe off the wall or maybe over the
no,
fence, but
I think that's if not that they will use it for something though.
yeah,
They didn't do that for nothing.
no,
And because yeah, those Purgle are there. They're just going to be like, hey, can you take us to this location? Look at my
right,
hand.
yeah,
Uh, so let's see. Ahsoka is able to retrieve the map, but she tosses it aside after it burns her hand. Skull overpowers her and sends Ahsoka plummeting into the ocean as Ren watches in horror. Ren then holds the map at gunpoint, but Skull verbally manipulates her into handing it over by promising that she will see Bridger again after Thrawn's location is revealed. I think that was a brilliant moment.
I mean, that
He
was
senses that weakness.
right.
He knows exactly what she wants, and what he's saying, it's not wrong.
My only thing is like, I know she's had
Ooh,
issues with
sorry.
Ahsoka, but her to say it's like, when he says that he's the only person that you know kind of has been there for her or what, I forget exactly how he words it, but
I don't think he says he's been there for her, but I think what he means is like he's going to keep his word.
no, that Ezra
Oh,
was
right.
the only person. It's like, wait a minute, you've got like
Tons of other people,
Ahsoka and
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So instead of just, because she knows what they've been gone through. If you go back to, which, like I said, I didn't watch a lot of Rebels, but I kind of know the basic storyline.
Yeah.
How much hell Thrawn put them through to not like just blow the map away.
Yeah.
I kind of
I get it though. Her friend, and it's what she's been fixated on for so long. It makes sense. And she wants to kill Thrawn as much as she wants to get uh Bridger back. So I could see why you would be like, okay, yeah, if we have a deal, let's do
well,
this.
she got she got her ass handed to her by a Chihuahua Jedi. I don't think she's gonna take Thrawn too well.
Yeah, but she still wants to kill him. That doesn't matter. Uh, so Skull destroys the map and boards the Eye of Sion with Hati, sorry, as their prisoner. A squadron of New Republic fighters, led by Syndulla, arrives at Cetos and tries to stop the freighter from jumping into hyperspace, but fails to do so. Meanwhile, Ahsoka awakens in the World Between Worlds, which is apparently in Rebels, but I haven't seen it,
Yeah.
where she is seemingly reunited with her former master, Anakin Skywalker.
I guarantee that's not the real Anakin.
You think it's a ghoul?
I think it could be, any number of.
Could just be a Force ghost.
But I mean, if it is, it's not Anakin. He's just showing whoever it is showing himself as Anakin.
You think so?
Or herself, yeah.
No, I think he's out for his morning walk on the whatever that light bridge is, and she just happens to be there.
He's on his way to Valhalla on the light
Yeah,
bridge.
exactly.
Yeah. No.
And he bumps into her.
Yeah, no.
I think that's what the implication is because he says, "I didn't
That's
expect
what
to
they're
see you
trying
so
to make it,
soon."
but I guarantee
It's like Jedi heaven.
Yeah.
Something. Anyway, I just particularly enjoyed the duel at the end and the set design of that. Glorious. Love that. Love that stuff.
That's the one thing I have liked. I wasn't a huge fan of all the green screen on, what was it, episode 2, where they were on the planet where they're building the engines and stuff.
Yeah, that was a lot. That was Corellia.
Yeah, Corellia.
All CG, 100%.
Yeah, but a lot of the you know up close sets, like you can tell when Merrick and her were fighting in the woods. That was a lot of practical.
Yeah.
Some CG in the far background, which that's fine. I mean, that's been done for decades. Yep. I like the map, whatever you want to map hinge.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever you want to call that.
Yep.
The interiors of a lot of these ships looked really well done,
I
unlike
agree.
some of the ones in previous. So, I mean, I'm just, like I said, I pretty much am here to see everything with Balin Skull.
Yeah, and I'm not in a I'm not in Ahsoka fever or anything. Like, I
No,
don't feel the same feeling as like Mando season 1 where
yeah,
I was gripped, you know.
right.
But I do think this has probably been the most consistent of the shows since that.
Since season 2, probably, of Mando.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, my big thing is I wish there was a
except for
more.
Andor. We can't forget Andor. But Andor
Well,
almost feels like its own thing. It's hard to
it
explain.
doesn't, yeah. Andor really didn't feel like a Star Wars to me.
I mean, I can kind of see that, but I mean, with it being directly tied to Rogue One,
I mean, that's about it,
yeah.
honestly. I mean, it was fine in itself as something that was outside,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
It doesn't have the fun of these shows.
I thought it was I mean, I'm fine with slow burn. I like Born Identity movies and those kind of things, and you're going around figuring out who's who, what's gonna build up.
Sure.
But Andor to me was a lot slower than I wanted
No,
whatsoever.
I want to clarify. For me, Andor is still like number 2 next to Mando. I think Andor is incredible, and I'm
Yeah.
really hyped about season 2. Hopefully, it's not screwed up too much by all
Oh,
this,
they haven't even
the striking.
started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, but I do look forward to the next episode of Ahsoka for sure, and we'll continue to cover it.
I mean, I won't not watch it,
Yeah,
but like I
and we
said,
like Valen
I'll
Skull.
take
We can agree on
yeah.
that.
Oh, absolutely.
He's great. Yeah, he's definitely
Yep.
my favorite new character. No question.
Right. Like I said, that's why it's such a tragedy to not be able to, you know, if his character were to continue after these 8 episodes, what
Yeah,
he would have been, could have been like.
yeah.
And honestly, at this point, I don't want to see anybody else in that character unless they're way younger. You know what I mean?
Oh, like we do a flashback.
Like a teenage 20 something Balin Skull.
Yeah, like he's got a swoop haircut and he's getting pizza and stuff. He's vaping, playing Fortnite,
No, none of that.
like teens do.
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
whatever. It's up to you, I guess. Well, anything else before we
What a
anything
way
else
to
before we
end that
lock
one
the
off,
doors?
yeah. We'll definitely lock the doors on that end of the discussion.
Get in the Discord.
Yes, get in the Discord.
Say hi to us.
Yep. Like and share give us a thumbs up on YouTube.
As always, thanks
Give
for
us
listening. We appreciate
hopefully
every
5
one of
stars.
you,
Yep.
weirdos.
We are 1 episode away before our Halloween month.
Yep. We have some plans. We don't have anything to talk about now, but we do have some plans.
Yep. It's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah.
So
All right.
Well, you guys enjoy the next 2 weeks, and we will see you then.
We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.